This year, we mark two especially tragic anniversaries. April 2014 marks 2 decades since the onset of the Rwandan genocide, in which an estimated 800,000 innocent people, mainly Tutsis, were murdered in the most brutal fashion, whilst the entire world looked on. This year also marks 70 years since the deportation and destruction of Hungarian Jewry. Beginning in April 1944, Nazi Germany, with the help of its local Hungarian collaborators, began rounding up the Jews of Hungary. From the smallest villages to the capital of Budapest, where 1/4 of the population was Jewish. Over 1/3 of all Jews murdered here in Auschwitz-Birkenau were Hungarian Jews, the largest of any single group. Approximately 400,000 Hungarian Jews were gassed within a period of only 10 weeks. Of an estimated 800,000 Hungarian Jews alive at the beginning of 1944, fewer than 200,000 were alive at the end of the war. Please turn your attention to the video that is about to be played.
Jewish life has existed for over 1,000 years in Hungary. By the 19th and 20th centuries, Jews held prominent roles in the arts, science, politics, and business. Arguably the most famous of whom was Theodor Herzl, the founder of modern Zionism. However, anti-Semitism was never very far from the surface, and by 1935, Hungary emerged as an ally of Nazi Germany.
We were made to believe by government propaganda that whatever we hear that the Nazis are doing to the Jewish people, those are rumors which the Allied forces are trying to spread among the population. Do not believe it.
In 1939, the Hungarian government introduced a program of forced labor, conscripting over 40,000 Jewish men and taking them to the Eastern Front. Many died of exposure, were killed in battle, or were executed by Hungarian soldiers retreating from the advancing Soviet army. In the summer of 1941, in Kamenets-Podolsk, the first mass murders of the Final Solution began. 18,000 of those massacred that summer were Hungarian-speaking Jews.
Oh, don't speak about it, let's forget. No, don't forget. You did something horrible. You killed your brother's children or your neighbor's children.
Although oppression of the Jewish people in Hungary was rampant and severe, the vast majority, unlike elsewhere in Europe, were still alive in early 1944. All of that was to change. Sensing that Hungary was considering leaving the Axis, Germany invaded. Led by Adolf Eichmann, the Nazis and their Hungarian collaborators began rounding up Jews.
When Eichmann arrived, immediately came out the order to put on the distinguishing yellow star.
Deportations began, and families were torn apart. Most ended up at Auschwitz-Birkenau.
Horthy did not want to help us. They were the last days of their existence. could be saved million people, 1 million. Instead, I was a witness that these wonderful, innocent, beautiful, talented children were sent to the gas chambers.
Approximately 400,000 Hungarian Jews were murdered within a period of 10 weeks at the hands of the Nazis. Many more were killed by their fellow citizens in the Arrow Cross. Of an estimated 800,000 Hungarian Jews alive at the beginning of 1944, less than 200,000 remained in the spring of 1945. More than 3/4 of Hungary's Jewish population had been murdered, all in the last year of the war.